Okay, I'm not sure where the camera shut off at, but I have it all the sides milled. I ended up going undersized on where the cylinder's going to fit because I had the part move on me, and I have one side that has got a little bit of a not sure which one it was, but it'll be all right regardless. So now the next thing I want to do now is I want to make a plug to fit in here with a pin on it. So I want a diameter sticking out where I can get an indicator on it. Oops, I can get an indicator. I'm going to put a plug in here, have it sticking, and then have it sticking out so I can get an indicator on it to sweep it in. And I plan on doing the same thing here as I did with milling the flats. Just put pins in, or put the drills in. I'll put it up here like that. I'll sweep this in out here. I'll know the distance from my face of my knee, and then I'll come out and bore the cylinder hole, and while it's set up like this, I'll drill the 4 bolt down holes, cylinder bolt down holes. And they are supposed to be, I'm looking, oh, here they are. I'm looking, I got 250 diameter holes that I have to also put in on, well, that's for mounting it to a rack. The 250 holes that go in here, 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 and here. So, and the 440 screw holes is for the cylinder, to hold the cylinder down. So, we'll go over to the lathe, I guess. Go over to the lathe and make a plug. I want to put these drills where I won't lose them. I don't want to lose them. Alright, so I'm going to vacuum up some of my chips here and take the 4-jaw off of the lathe, because the 4-jaw is still on there. And I think I showed you how easy it is to switch over to a 4-jaw and 3-jaw. It's just a what do they call it? 3. It's got 3 D pins in it, basically, that you loosen up and get some of these chips out of here, though. Give that a little spritz here. Let's see. All right. So we'll take that off. Grab this, put this into it. It is in a neutral. Nah, take that around to the mark. Take that around in the mark. And this one here, take that. It is loose. Round to the mark. Pull that out. Taper lock pin, is that what it's called? Set that 4-jaw down there. Grab the 3-jaw. And I want to wipe that. I want to wipe that taper, locking taper. inside the jaw here, wipe that, and then wipe this. And then snug up one, snug up the other, and then tighten this one. And then I go back and tighten the other two. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the mill and vacuum up some of the chips off the floor, and then round up some material, and then I will be back. Probably tomorrow. Now, what we can do is we know where that's at now. Now we will put the drills in the holes. Actually, we're using them for tooling holes, but they're supposed to be 256s. It's for this for the back cover. It's for the back cover of the. So we can go like that. And we'll clamp that down, just like we did when we milled them. Now we'll come out here and we will swing in this pin with the indicator. What, am I all the way back as far as I can go? No. What's the scoop here? Oh, my light is wedging into the table. No wonder I couldn't go back. It'll come down here. My arm is in the way, isn't it? Trying to keep my arm out of the way. We'll just put it above for now. I'm going to move the camera over to the other side here. Hopefully I won't get tangled up in the cord now. All right, so we're a long ways off. We got it. High spot, 0, right there. All right, we'll 0 our X. So now we need to figure out how far we're going to come forward with that. And we're going to be we're doing it in reverse because it's actually, the dimension is actually called out from the back side in. Well, we know the overall is supposed to be 1 inch 862. So we'll take 1 inch 862, 1 inch 862, and from the back side it's supposed to be 1 inch 124. So we subtract that, 124. $738. So we'll crank her back in to 738. 11. Oops, went by it. Daydreaming here. 738 right there. That is where the bore is supposed to go. I don't know, it almost looks like it's off one way, but I don't know. It's supposed to go right there. Take the indicator, lay it over here because we're going to be using it again. I should double check my numbers here though, just to make sure. I don't want to mess it up. So, take my calculator. So it's 1 inch 862. 1.832 subtract, and that's going all the way to the bottom. 1 inch 124.124. Yep, 738. That's the right number. All right. So now we want to bore a hole here, and we want to bore it 1 inch 630 or 1 inch 63 thou. Yep, 1 inch 63 thou diameter. So let's start with. Let's just start with a 1/2 inch end mill. Bottom cutting 1/2 inch end mill. Okay. And carefully go down and punch that hole through there. I got to remember there's 200 thou coming off of this edge. That's why I didn't come out and pick this edge up, because there's approximately 200 thou coming off of there. Where's my calipers? We'll scribe a little line on there just to kind of see if that's kind of centered. 200 thou. Well, the overall is supposed to be, I just said it, 1 inch 863. And we are at 2 inches 20. Okay, 2 inches 20 subtract 1.863, 157 thousandths has got to come off of that. Oh, and then plus the 62 thou. So 157, and then 62 thou would be 212, right? And that's where the 1 inch 24. I'm just double checking everything here. 1 inch 124 Just going to lay the calipers on here just to see. Does that look like it's in the center? Pretty close. It's got to be. It's got to be right. It's just got to be. All right. So the next tool to put in here, lay this over here because we're going to be using it 5 times. We'll switch to a 3/4 collet. Naturally, I can't get it in there. I hate moving the knee when you're in the middle of a project. This tripod's in the way. There we go. Okay. Now we'll come down with a 3/4 inch. Okay. Sneaking up on it. Sneaking up on it. Okay. See what else I got that I can get her closer. I thought I had a 1-incher in here somewhere. This one is too big. That one is too big. And that one's too big. Well, here's a 900. Let's go with that. Then we'll get the boring head out. Okay. And we get the boring head. Well, I'm going to back the camera up a bit so that I can lower this to where I can get the boring head in. I wonder if I should go all around and just do all of those first and then the boring head. Then I don't have to take the boring head in and out. Because I could just dial this in now as far as I think that's what I'll do. It'll make it a little easier if I leave the boring head in once I get it set to the size I want. Well, I can't leave it. I'd have to. Well, let's think about this. Stop and think about it. I can leave the boring head in, set the size, but I'd have to use my coil deal. I can do it. I could do it that way. Because I got to come out now and dial it in again if I move that, flip it around. I'm thinking which way I should do it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up and do all of them, all 5 sides before I set the boring head up. Because once the boring head is set up, I'd like to leave it in the spindle so that the size doesn't vary too much. Otherwise the size can vary on you. And some people will say, no, it can't. No, yes, it can. Maybe I'm just thinking of jig bore work too much. For crying out loud, it's just a motor. It's not rocket science, right? Now we've got to put the indicator in and come back out here. 1/2 inch collet. And we'll repeat the process. So I think I should probably cut away here since I'm just going to be repeating the process. And I'll come back when I get all the holes put in and we're setting up the boring bar, the boring head, and then I'll come back. Because we got the boring head to set up and then we got the hole pattern to go around it also. And the hole pattern, I think I can use the circle pattern. It just leaves out one hole on one side. Yeah, because it's 45 to there. Oh no, it ain't either. It varies. It's 45 there, but 30 there. So if I call out a hole pattern to 2, center there, starting angle 45, ending angle. Will that work? Or I can just go get the numbers for them all. And I know that'll work. I'm just trying to eyeball it to the center of the pin first before I start trying to get it close. All right, well, I'm going to cut away here. You see me dial in the other one, this for this side. Same thing. Find the high side, find the low side, find the high side, find the low side on 0 and basically dialing in the pin. And like I say, I'll be back after I get all of the holes roughed in, all the bores roughed in.